Swatini, Zambia, Malawi, Zimbabwe. Welcome to each and every one of you. Ghana, South Africa. Thank you for joining me today. This morning, I was moved to do something I haven't done in a long time, and that is to read the news to you. You'll forgive the informal setup, but what I had in mind was to read the headlines with you. I want you to join me in my reading today's headlines. I think it's something that's missing in our day to day. A lot of us are going through so much so quickly, so often, that we don't take time to actually sit down and read the news or listen to the news on the radio. Um, we are living in such a digital space right now, such that the headlines that we know are based on our timelines. They're based on what's my news feed saying on Facebook. And of course, some chosen items when you go into your YouTube channel. On TikTok, you've got so much coming in, and very few of that will be the news, especially if you don't follow the news channels. Now, in the corporate world and globally, in fact, um, all uh, all major news companies have actually integrated to digital spaces and digital content creation. So they are now transforming their uh, TV productions into digital formats so that you can be able to view the latest news or highlights or headlines um, on any of the available platforms. Now, the beauty of that is that when you are on TikTok, don't only follow the guys who make you laugh by their dancing and all of their tricks. Don't only follow comedians and cooking shows. Don't only follow the mukbangs. Follow the news. Follow Reuters. Follow Forbes. Follow who else is on there? I've seen CNN is on TikTok as well, and so many others. So many. I'm just like probably rehashing stuff you already know, but there are so many news channels now available, and they are literally formatting all of their content onto digital so that you can have the headlines in your hand. Um, if you follow them, I'm sure even Al Jazeera's on TikTok as well. So you can keep up with all the latest news on the go. Now, the problem is sometimes you miss out on the algorithm and you look at yesterday's news today. So the best thing, just, something that I think would work for all of us, instead of buying the newspaper at, I think it's now 8 rand or something. Um, I think, let's my idea anyway is let's do a roundup of all the latest news that's come up online as of what's the time now? As of 11 o'clock this morning. And we can do that using ChatGPT or even Gemini. Um, I'm not particular which app you use, which AI app you use. I'm going to use ChatGPT for today's reading. Okay, so basically, I'm going to ask for all of today's headlines that concern Eswatini um, that are currently online. I'm just going in with the question: what are today's news headlines in Eswatini? In Eswatini. Okay, let's add Zambia because I'm interested. Because I'm interested. So, okay, so we are gonna have to go with with my interest here. And if you have any interests as well, you can feel free to write on the comments, so that I can actually bring up headlines from your country as well. So I'm gonna write Zambia. I'm gonna choose Southern Africa. Um, South Africa, I'm sure there's a lot there. Mm, Malawi. Oh, and Zim. Okay. Malawi and Zimbabwe. Let's put Mozambique in there as well. And Mozambique. ChatGPT will have to excuse me for my grammar here, but I'm not going for perfection on the prompt. Um, yeah, include sports. Should we include sports headlines? Include sports headlines. Business and arts. Okay, let's do this. Are you ready for this? Okay, we have a Southern Africa news roundup. I think that sounds good. Southern Africa news roundup. Okay, here we go. And it starts us off in Eswatini, which is actually great. And in our headlines tonight, this morning, in our headlines this morning, I only ever used to read the evening news, so my head is locked on that timeline. But nonetheless, time has passed. Okay, the top headlines. Manzini Regional Day celebrations have been rescheduled to the 1st of August 2026 due to logistical arrangements. The Manzini Regional Day celebrations. Oh my goodness, I didn't even know that this was happening. There's going to be Manzini Regional Day celebrations, and they've rescheduled due to logistical arrangements. Hmm. Shall we read the whole story? This is a story by Siposetu Mabuza on Eswatini Positive News website. Oh goodness. MTN really has a slow, like this should be a little bit quicker. When you work with technology, you have to be patient. You still have to be patient. For example, when you're working with ChatGPT and it takes a little bit longer to bring the picture out, and you get so frustrated that it's taking so long right now. And lately, it's been taking super long, longer than we are used to. But we should still be grateful that we are still able to get our pictures, imagery, and documents minutes still. It's still minutes. Even if it takes 30 minutes, it beats 3 days of working on a document or on an image any day. Hmm. Eswatini Positive News website. I think the issue is on your site. You should take a look at your site is taking forever to load. I didn't want this to be that kind of show, but I don't know if you can see it, but the site is taking way too long to load. These are the possible issues that might be there. One, that MTN Vele is giving us a poor service when it comes to download speed. Two, your website might have really heavy imagery. You might your web manager or your designer might have used high resolution imagery on your website, which is wrong. It makes the loading of your website slower because of the heaviness of the content. So what you need to look at, how you can check, just right click on one of the images from your computer, and then you'll be able to inspect it. Inspect it and inspect the size of the image. Once you have the size of the image, it will tell that if it's something MBs, megabytes, then it's it's way too big an image to be on your website. You need to format it onto a smaller KBs so that it allows for this. This is what you need to make sure of. You make the image smaller, but you don't ruin the quality of the image. So you need to do this on your Adobe CS Suite, your Photoshop, where you'll be able to manipulate those elements. And that's going to make your website, oh, it's going to load quicker in seconds. So we're on. Finally, it happened to us. Um, Let us go ahead. So, Manzini Regional Day celebrations rescheduled to the 1st of August. And on the picture is one of the chiefs. I saw him in one of the pictures by Setumabuza. The main Manzini Regional Day celebrations have been rescheduled to 1st August 2026, with regional authorities unveiling a program that combines business, entertainment, history, and cultural activities. The change was announced by Manzini Regional Administrator Chief Gija. Yeah, his that's Chief Gija. That's Chief Gija. So says Manzini Regional Administrator is also a regional administrator, serving two roles. During a press briefing held at the Regional Administrators Conference Room, where he outlined activities leading up to the event. The program will begin on 26 July with with an 11.3-kilometer business walk, which is expected to bring together businesses, residents, stakeholders, media in an initiative aimed at promoting wellness while strengthening collaboration within the region. How many walks? How many walks have we done so far? I mean, as far as I can remember, May 23rd was the Times of Eswatini walk. Then there's been Elidwala walk. And now there was going to be an 11.3-kilometer business walk by the Manzini Regional Administration Office. That's a lot of walking that we're doing together. I mean, kudos to promoting physical health and physical wellness to all corporate entities and government. Um, but I really believe that we need to focus a lot on this health, on mental health, because I heard the other day that in South Africa and other countries, now you are eligible to have one mental health day a month. Um, it's a day off, not necessarily to see the doctor where you need to bring a doctor's note. No, this is a mental health day where everybody is allowed to literally switch off from their day-to-day lives and do something to care for your mind. You know, you could take that day to do something you love, start a hobby. You can spend it with your kids. You can decide to spend a day with your partner alone, and you're not worried about emails, you're not worried about the phone ringing. A day where you get to concentrate on you. Maybe you can take a course, you know what I mean, on something unrelated to your career. Maybe it can be a course on mental health, on understanding yourself. You can spend that day learning something new, cooking, whatever the case may be, anything that will alleviate stress. Whew, I'm just like, I'm loving that. I'm loving that. So, can we focus a lot more on mental health and mental wellness? Because I think we can get very far, especially in Southern Africa. We can get very far if we can start understanding mental health and how we can induce our wellness. And I say induce because, we are pregnant with mental health illnesses. We are pregnant with them. And we need the information so that we can induce understanding. Hmm. Women know what the word induce means. So let's continue, shall we? Now, Attention will then shift to entertainment on the 31st of July when South African music star DJ Tira headlines the After Dark event at the Exchange Lounge in Chisanyama. Is that the only is that the only disco or public playhouse there is now in Manzini? The Exchange Lounge and Shisanyama in Guane Park. So DJ Dira is going to be going there. Why didn't they choose the stadiums maybe? Because I'm guessing this is going to be a really big occasion. Anyway, let's keep moving. The event will also feature local artists. Oh, thank God. A move Chief Gija said is intended to provide Eswatini performers with opportunities to share the stage with an established regional act and gain wider exposure. Yo, our people are going to kill Dira. Like, on a serious note, our people, our artists in Swaziland, in Eswatini, my bad, our Eswatini artists are going to literally kill it. They don't have to share a stage with nobody. I will make 11. You can't. The regional administrator said supporting local artists remains one of the objectives of the celebrations, adding that the program, surprisingly, they haven't put the names of the local artists that are supposedly receiving support. But the program has been designed to create opportunities for the creative sector while showcasing talent from within the region. The festivities will culminate on 1st August with the main regional day celebrations, which will be held at Somhlolo Park in Manzini. Somhlolo Park by the post office. Okay, where Manzini is expected to highlight its cultural heritage, development initiatives, and achievements through exhibitions and cultural performances. I'd like to sign up for that so that I can showcase AI technology. So, the Regional Day has become an annual platform for showcasing the region's economic, cultural, and social progress while bringing together communities, businesses, and government stakeholders to celebrate Manzini's contribution to national development. This is wonderful, but it's been postponed. And apparently, that's the headline. It's been rescheduled to 1st August, everybody. So if you want to get your exhibition table set up, please contact the regional administrator's office in Manzini so that you can be able to get your stand up. I know that I'm going to do just that. I'm going to showcase how artificial intelligence is going to assist the country with growth and development in every sector. Yes, I will do an AI in Africa summit, a mini summit at my exhibition desk. So, if any of you want to join hands with me and showcase at that table, you are free to join me. Otherwise, yeah, I think it would be a good idea for each and every one of you. If you're a businessman, a businesswoman, you have a startup, you want to showcase your business, even if you don't have the money for an exhibition table or to put up a gazebo, start going to your printing offices and get your business cards done. Once you get your business cards done, you'll have make sure you've got your business details on there, your cell phone number, email address, and somebody we can contact. And try and turn it around. Do a double-sided printed business card so that at the back it's got all your services there, whether you're doing paving, plumbing, whether you're doing training, whether you're doing teaching, whether you're doing musical arts, whatever it is that you're doing, just write all your services on your card so that you can be able to, give it out to as many people as possible. Um, what you need to know is that these types of gatherings are one of the biggest drivers to networking. So it's going to be the best time for you to meet with the players within the regional administration. Probably you'll find that There'll be a visit by the mayor of Manzini. You're going to find out more about what are the plans for Manzini as a city and as a region. So it's informative and profitable for you to be there. If you're selling inuka, if you're selling um, whatever it may be, bottled water. Ooh, that's a good one. Bottled water. Then come through and yeah, get it done. Do your hustle. Do you. Make that money at that event. It's on the 1st of August, 2026. Now, that was a free ad. Okay. Let's go back to our headlines, shall we? Okay. So, Eswatini's national swimming team has received its competition schedule ahead of upcoming international events. You know what? Eswatini national swimming team, you have our support. Like we support you 100%. Like we don't do enough for the swimming team or the swimmers in Eswatini, and it's such a big thing all over the world. We don't do enough, and I wish and pray that the not only just the government but also private entities jump on board because my son is in the swimming team and I'm the manager at ShopRite. So I'm going to drive the CSI onto the swimming team. You know what? Everybody in corporate, sitting in corporate positions, in CSI management positions, decision making positions, can you care about the young people who are making an effort to lift up the flag of this nation? Just care about them as if they are your children. Care about them. Not don't take an interest just because your kid is in ballet and now you want to the whole of Walmart's money is going to go into ballet. Listen, just care about your clients and your customers. You have every single customer, you have every single type of client at every single income bracket coming into your stores and spending their money on your promise that you are giving them low prices and better products. For the very fact that they chose you, you need to choose their children. Because as you do that, you are investing in the next generation of the territory that you are operating in. CSI departments nowadays. Now, let's do better. In business news, local businesses continue focusing on skills development and institutional capacity building with initiatives supporting workforce growth. Well done, Eswatini, on that one. In sports, Eswatini swimmers are preparing for international competition as the country's sporting calendar gathers momentum. In the arts and entertainment, we have a headline. Gospel artist Sipo Big Fish Makabane has launched a nationwide talent search in Eswatini. I think that's going to be entertaining. I wonder if it's actually going to be captured. That will be good. If you would capture that on video, that would be an awesome documentary. Let's just find out where we'll be watching that. Times of Eswatini. Mm, okay, we've got progress. Okay. Oh, the Times of Eswatini website is off spec when it comes to its corporate look and feel. I don't know if it's me. Did you expect this? Did you expect this dark blue and I think that's a navy. That's not a black. We've got the navy and no, the navy and then the dark blue. Then so many multiples of colors on the icons, on the share icons. And then you've got, is it not responsive, this website? Let me just check. Let me, okay. Then let me see the desktop site. Accept cookies. You, that's crazy. Mm-mm. Let me stick to the Mobi site. Okay, let's stick to the Mobi site. Okay, so Big Fish has launched a talent search. Gospel music powerhouse Sipo Big Fish Makabane has officially announced the launch of a nationwide talent search titled Eswatini Can Praise. That's the title. Eswatini Can Praise. I wish Eswatini could pray, but nonetheless. According to Makabane, the test is aimed at, and this story was written by Takona Sitole, big up, journalist. Okay, so according to Makabane, the talent search is aimed at discovering and elevating young vocal talent. Sorry, I'm all the way back here with this. Okay, is aimed at discovering. Let me pull back a bit. Okay, is aimed at discovering and elevating young vocal talent across the kingdom. The initiative forms the cornerstone of his grand Big Fish 60 years celebration. Okay, I mean, hey, you got to celebrate yourself sometimes. It's a little too soon, isn't it? I think he should have done his celebration maybe. Oh, okay. I think it should have been next year. It's too close to His Majesty's. The milestone represents a double celebration for the veteran musician, marking 60 years of life alongside a body of work spanning 40 albums, combining symbolically honors as a 100-year celebration of grace, passion, and artistic impact. Okay, do you, boo boo? The nationwide talent hunt is scheduled to commence its regional auditions at Mhlangatane on July 25th. According to Makabane, the project draws direct inspiration from his previous involvement with SABC2's hit television show, I Want to Sing Gospel. Well done to him for that. Having witnessed firsthand how structured platforms transform aspiring singers into household names, Makabane aims to replicate that success with Eswatini, offering local vocalists professional exposure and mentorship. This initiative is rooted in my deep love for the youth and my desire to see young people in Eswatini given genuine opportunities to shine. Beyond the music realm, Makabane's celebration extends into community development and grassroots sports support. That's a shocker. During his preliminary engagements at Mhlangatane, local youth who participate in, where is Mhlangatane? In soccer, approached the gospel star requesting his backing for regional sports initiative. In response, Makabane committed to sponsoring a community soccer tournament. Under the agreed arrangement, local teams will compete in open rounds, culminating in a final stage where, well, I see how sports and music can play together because you can give opportunity to musicians to come and entertain audiences during sports tournaments. So he's got it going on there. By pairing the Eswatini Can Praise auditions with youth sports, Makabane hopes to foster community engagement, nurture young talent, and offer meaningful outlets for self expression. The double event on July 25th at Mhlangatane marks the start of a countrywide tour, promising to leave a lasting impact. Okay, it doesn't say where we will be watching from. I think they haven't figured that one out yet, how we are going to watch the events of that day. I mean, there's a whole double celebration. I'm sure he's thinking, I'm gonna have a videographer and I'm gonna have a photographer there on the day. But he's not thinking in a sense that we wanna some of us wanna be part of that. We wanna be part of that in a sense that you've got the whole of Mhlangatane and all of its artists, its creators, and its sports people and talented young people are going to be showcasing that talent. You want them to be visible to the rest of the world. So I would suggest to Mr. Makabani, to Mr. Big Fish, if anybody watches this, please do relay the message. Go live on the day. In fact, go live now ahead of the 25th, getting ready for the 25th. It'll build up the momentum, especially for us. We can't wait to see, I mean, this go about, you know? So put the cameras on before the day, send cameras to those that will be participating. Let's see how excited they are. Um, Follow them around. Let's see how it's going to change their lives being put on a global stage, because it becomes a global stage. It becomes a global stage when you are turning on the camera and the world is watching on an international platform. So that's how it can actually help us there. Let's engage the digital systems that will allow the whole world to watch this wonderful work that you are doing in Mhlangatane. I'd love to know about the area. I don't know where it is. I'm just going to do a quick Google so that I can figure out where about it is. So yeah, I think that's a cool story, but it's giving he's going for MP vibes. It's giving MP vibes. I want to be MP. That's good. I like it because by doing this, he's doing two things. One is caring for the future of that area. You know what I mean? He's working with the youth of that area at a level at which they will be able to grow and be profitable and bring in something called development into their area. So kudos to him for that. If it's giving MP vibes, it's because yeah, that's what that's how you should choose your MPs. I mean, if somebody's going to sacrifice their their finances to build something lasting, something positive in the community, then that person is perhaps thinking differently than everybody else who's not concerned whether the children are walking around without any shoes on. That shows somebody who is at least willing to do the hard work of bringing development to a certain place. I mean, if he's truly changing lives in Mhlangatane, then kudos to him. If he doesn't want the MPship, you know, he should be one of the measures, you know, the gauges that you use to choose. Yeah, it's not always about, oh, let me fix this bridge and I'll be an MP. It's about being a solution to the problem, you know. And you need to know what the problem is. And right now, a lot of young people are going into prostitution, gangsterism, and all things only because they're idle and they don't have an area of expression. Not everybody can do the same thing. Some of us are artists. We just vibe differently. So we need that area of expression so that I can express to you my own excellence. Anyway, keep on moving. So our last headline, well, nothing much going on in Eswatini. Eswatini artists continue securing international cultural exchange opportunities. Kudos to them. Um, let me just find out who that is. I want to quickly get into the Zambian news. Okay, so this story was written by Teko Mtimkulu. Eswatini artists continue gaining global recognition as government and international partners strengthen cultural exchange opportunities through strategic collaborations and sponsorships. Yeah, that's one high-end intro, if I've ever read one. The Ministry of Sports. See, guys, try not to copy and paste from a news release or a press release. Try not to copy and paste into the national newspaper that has to be read by everyone who has not where not everyone has passed with A's in English. Now, Kona, you can pass with A's with English, but if you don't know corporate English, you're still a duck flat in water. So basically, let me try and break it down a little bit. Eswatini artists continue gaining global recognition. So artists, I'm not sure which kind, visual artists, musical artists, craft artists, um, I'm not sure which ones, but artists in Eswatini have been seen by people overseas because government and other international friends of the government um, have created an opportunity where Eswatini can share its cultural, musical ideas, innovations when it comes to the arts with the world. So it means that there's a partnership between government and some global partners that are inside the country. They are working together to promote art and culture outside of Eswatini, which is awesome. The Ministry of Sports, Arts and Culture, let me say that again. The Ministry of Sports, Culture and Youth Affairs officially bid farewell to fine artists Honest Mhlanga and Daniel Dlamini ahead of their sponsored cultural exchange trip to India during a press conference held at the ministry's office in Babane. Well done to Honest Mhlanga and Daniel Dlamini. Guys, make sure that you follow them online so that you can follow their journey into India and all that they go through. Kudos to the Ministry of Sports, Culture, and Youth Affairs. You shall be receiving a letter from me very soon. Okay, let's go back to our headlines. Let's go into the headlines in Zambia. In the headlines in Zambia, the Zambia Japan Investment Agreement is set to enter into force on 30th July, strengthening bilateral economic cooperation. That's good. That's good. You know, there's been a lot of work with China in Zambia. So I'm actually happy to see that Japan is also putting its hand up to say, let's work together to develop Zambia, which is highly needed. I don't care what issues are there between Japan, China, Hong Kong. For me, peace be with you. If you're going to think about Africa and decide that I want to work with Africa to develop something new, we love you. Keep on coming. Government is highlighting the new investment agreement as a boost for trade and foreign investment. Boom, we're working. National sporting activities continue alongside preparations for regional competitions. Okay, good to know there's some regional competitions. In the arts, Zambia recently hosted the Africa Creative Market and Creative Industry Business Summit, bringing together creatives, investors, and policymakers from across Africa. That is clever. The Africa Creative Market and the Creative Industry Business Summit. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I need to get to know these people. Perhaps we can do a little something. The Creative Industry Business Zambia Summit. Join us from the 29th of June to the 2nd of July at Mulungushi Conference Center in Lusaka as we bring together creative professionals, entrepreneurs, policymakers, investors, and others to harness Africa's creative potential for innovation, economic growth, and sustainable development. That is very interesting. And this ended on the 2nd of July. So, why is it giving me this as a headline? Because it's an old story. Oh, perhaps we need to change our prompt to reflect the date. Yes, Thursday, 23 July. Oh my goodness. Okay. But the beauty of all of this mistake for ChatGPT to pull this up, the beauty of it is that now I know that there's something called the Africa Creative Market in Zambia and the Creative Industry Business Summit, which is once a year probably. Hopefully by next year we will be a part of it. Okay, so I'm just making a note of that. In South Africa, the South African Reserve Bank is expected to announce its latest interest rate decision today, with economists closely watching inflation trends. South Africa has signed a US dollar 1.5 billion World Bank infrastructure loan. Wow. I wonder what it's for. The BAIC South Africa negotiations have reportedly collapsed as labor action continues. Mm-mm-mm. My goodness. We're hoping that we're not going to see any other strikes. European electric vehicle sales continue rising while traditional petrol and diesel sales decline. Everybody's changing to electric cars in South Africa. They're buying European electric vehicle sales. That means you know, when you're using those cars, you have to use them in areas where you will easily be able to find those charging ports. So, what usually comes with the sale of electric vehicles is the deployment of those charging points in public spaces. Because at the end of the day, you can't move that car around when you're obviously driving around, for example, where you can drive for 8 hours nonstop and you don't find a place to charge. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Sports. Sports Minister Gayton McKenzie approved 3 million rand to support South Africa's men's and women's hockey teams competing at the World Cup. Fantastic. That is fantastic. This is what I was saying about the swimming team, that we need to do more for them so that they can continue to lift up Team Eswatini. So Team South Africa has arrived in Glasgow for the 2026 Commonwealth Games. In the arts and entertainment, good luck, Team South Africa. South Africa's lyrical dance team is prepared to compete in Scotland at an international event. Eswatini is also competing there. In Malawi, the headlines are commentary continues around Malawi's economic direction and international partnerships as the country seeks growth opportunities. Okay, that's good. Economic recovery and investment remain key national discussion points. Malawi continues preparations for the 2026 Commonwealth Games. And in the arts, entertainment and cultural events remain active across the country. So nothing hideous has happened in Malawi. In Zimbabwe, Zimbabwe is highlighting new international trade opportunities following its election to the UN Security Council as a non permanent member. Congratulations to Zimbabwe for that. The Zimbabwe Entrepreneurship Exchange is rolling out its flagship 2026 program to support entrepreneurs. That is something we should read because we need to know exactly how this is going to work so that we can bring it to Eswatini. This is from the Herald newspaper. Zimbabwe's ultimate goal of lithium, excuse you? Hate pop-ups. Wow. There's a mining expo, and then I said I hate pop-ups. There's a mining expo in Zimbabwe from the 29th of July to the 31st of July. It's titled Unearth, Transform, Prosper, Anchoring Economic Transformation Through Mining Value Chains. It's going to be at the Zimbabwe International Conference and Exhibition Smart City. This is by the Ministry of Mines and Mining Development, as well as the Zimbabwe International Trade Fair Company. So this is one pop-up that I'm glad to have seen. I have a feeling that ChatGPT is pulling up stories that it believes I'll be interested in because of my strong lean on the arts and culture side of things. Because I'm finding really good headlines when I go directly to the newspapers. So I'd like to suggest to each and every one of you, even though you're going to have AI help you to bring up the headlines, it's going to bring up the headlines according to what it bases is of interest to you. So make sure that you do go to the various and actually read through. Now, here's the story that I was looking for. Bulawayo welcomes Entrepreneurship Exchange as Councillor hails new funding platform. The establishment of the Zimbabwe Entrepreneurship Exchange in the city has been described as a major milestone that could improve access to capital for small and medium uh, companies. Mhm. While boosting economic activity. Ward 26 councillor and chairperson of the Bulawayo's Finance and Development Committee, Mpumelelo Moyo. My goodness, the pop-ups on this newspaper um, said the exchange demonstrates government's commitment to implementing economic reforms aimed at broadening investment opportunities and support